it going?
Here we are.
We're back with more card games.
More Warhammers. Just in the far future.
Yeah, in the grim darkness of the far future.
There's only Warhammer 40k Conquest.
Yeah, they're only dead Warhammer 40k card games.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, because I would say of the games we've played on this is probably the most polished. This game's competitive rules...
That's not saying a whole lot, to be fair.
Well, yeah. But this game felt like it learned all of the lessons from every game that came before it.
Mm-hmm.
The art in this game is awesome. It's 40k. The rules, when this game was published, it had the most coherent set of rules in the FFG library to that date, in my opinion.
Maybe they didn't really get better since then.
No.
They may have gotten worse.
Keyforge definitely took a step backwards, so.
You watch World's End. That's funny.
Hey guys, how's it going? I remember when this game first came out, if we had a rules question, we could consult the rule book and the rules reference that came with the game and figure it out.
That's impressive. Not always the case. What's up?
Only Aldoke.
Yeah. So how does the game work?
All right. So, you are playing a warlord from one of the factions of Warhammer 40k. And honestly, this is one of the coolest aspects of the game, is that when you went to build a deck, you chose a warlord. And that warlord came with cards.
Is it always 8 cards?
Always 8 cards. These could not change.
Okay.
You put these in the deck. They had to go in the deck first. Now, your deck was 50 cards. And the 8 were spoken for based off your warlord.
Mm.
So, I'll go ahead and show off a couple warlords, assuming the
that's good.
Working. We'll show off an orc and favorites. So yeah, your character's name is up at the top. They tell you if they are a warlord or not up there as well.
Watch those hellbows.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I gotta. The top number down here in the corner, that is the warlord's attack. Bottom number is the warlord's health.
Okay.
There are also 2 other numbers down there in the center, and that's actually starting resources and starting cards in hand.
All right.
So that was one way they balanced warlords. Now, in the starter, in the very first the core set,
they all 7/7s.
Everybody was 7/7. Now in the first wave, there was a Imperial Guardsman that was 8/8, and then the Dark Eldar leader was an 8/7.
Okay.
So, but for the most part, everybody in this game was a 7/7.
Are there 7 total factions?
There are 9.
9.
Now, so there were 7 in the core set.
Okay.
We've got 6 of them here for you tonight. I did not make Chaos because I thought that Chaos was the worst of the ones in the core set.
Okay.
Now Chaos got a lot better with like the first 6 packs. After the first 6 packs were out, they came out with a new box set for Tyranids. And then after the next 6 packs, they came out with a box set for the for the Necrons.
Oh, okay.
And one of the cool things in this game was when you were building a deck, you chose a warlord and you could pick an allied faction. And there was a big wheel for all the factions. You could only pick one step to your left or right on the wheel. Okay. And some of them were kind of like head scratchers. They didn't necessarily make like a ton of sense
within the lore.
Yeah, but then again, nothing like the Warhammer 40k lore is kind of like any type of fiction that has multiple thousands of volumes written about it. You're gonna find inconsistencies all over the place. Yeah. Anyway, so for instance, so the wheel was something like Space Marines, Tau, Eldar, Dark Eldar, Chaos, Orks, Imperial Guard.
The Orks and Imperial Guard to work together.
Yeah. And technically, I don't think the Space Marines would work with the Tau, even though the Tau aren't necessarily evil. The Space Marines are typically pretty xenophobic. They're just there to wipe out anything. It's same kind of deal with like the Dark Eldar and the Eldar.
How did the Tyranids and Necrons fit into that?
So Tyranids could not ally with anyone.
Okay, all right.
So
Makes
they
sense.
were outside the wheel. The Necrons were in the center of the wheel.
They could do everything?
Yeah, so I never played with the Necrons, but the Necrons could include cards from any faction in their deck. And they had essentially like a faction wheel that they could choose one faction they could play cards from a turn. So if you did include multiple cards from multiple houses or multiple factions, then you might find yourself with a hand where you couldn't really play stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it was really neat. The Necrons came out towards the end of the game's lifespan, so I think the writing was more or less on the wall by the time the Necrons came out, but really interesting stuff going on. The Tyranids were very powerful, but they couldn't ally with anybody.
Oh, right. That makes sense. How long did the game last?
2 years, or roughly 2 years.
Okay.
Came out in 2014. So, yeah. Anyway, now for our purposes, what I did was I built mono faction decks. I did not build anything that allied with anybody. So anybody who played the game when it came out, don't be mad at me for not including allies. This is for demo purposes. What I've done is I've taken a pack of 10 neutral cards to round out decks that we're just going to swap between the factions in between games as we go. So that's kind of the plan for tonight. We're going to try to play all 6 decks. I think we'll go pretty quickly, but the goal is to try to play all 6 decks while giving like a pretty thorough overview of the game. So anyway,
they're not core only, right? They're some packs.
Yes, this is got the first wave of packs included. So some of the commanders, Ragnar, Blackmane, and Anshi, are actually these are expansion commanders. They are not.
That's 3 core sets.
Yeah, all 3 core sets. So we do have play sets of stuff. So yeah, that was the complaint about this game when it came out, is that you had to buy the 3 core sets if you wanted a full play set of stuff.
Yeah.
You could maybe get away with 2. Maybe.
Yeah.
But I will say, if you had all 3 core sets, you could have multiple decks put together at the same time, which was really nice. Because of the way the allies worked, it wasn't like you needed your Ork cards and your Tau deck. You didn't need your Eldar cards and your IG deck.
Did a core come with 3 of these or 2 of these?
I think it came with 2 of them. So so if you got 2 core sets, you would have the playset that you would want from those. It definitely sucked, but
that does suck.
I think FFG's kind of learned their lesson from that.
Yeah.
Marvel Champions, for instance, you just get everything.
Right.
So, all right. Anyway, back to the Warlords. So here's your Warlord. Now, the goal of the game. There's a couple goals. One goal of the game is to kill the enemy Warlord.
All right.
While your Warlord is face up, they have a power. And that's listed on the card. So Eldrath there, when he's committed to a planet, you get to exhaust a target non-Warlord unit on that planet. So he shows up and taps down one of the opponent's dudes. Pretty powerful once we get to the explanation of how combat works.
Okay.
Nazarek says, each other unit you control at this planet gains Brutal. And Brutal means a unit gets +1 attack for each damage that's on it. So the Orks want to be damaged,
that makes sense.
And they get more attack.
It's very smart of them.
So if your Warlord takes 7 damage here, they flip and they become bloodied. They lose their ability, and their stats go down generally. Nazdrag loses 2 points of health, for instance. And now, if your Warlord takes the damage of their health when they're bloodied, they're dead.
And you lose.
And you lose. That's simple. So, that's your Warlord is very powerful, but at the same time,
Oh, there were Nurgle too?
Yeah, so the Nurgle deck, Kugath, was one of my favorite commanders. He was very, very good. The meta for the first year of the game, for the most part, was a combination of Eldar and Dark Eldar. It was kind of like your preference, which one you wanted to play. Whenever we went to tournaments, Dark Eldar was like the one that was the most popular. Eldar was also popular. Space Marines were like a third. I should say Space Marines were like the third most popular faction just because they're Space Marines. And then you would see Tau probably as fourth. IG were almost nowhere.
Wow.
Orks and Chaos were almost nowhere.
That's a bummer.
But Kugath, I made a Kugath deck. Me and John Jennings worked on this deck together and kind of like polished it together. But we made a deck that absolutely destroyed Dark Eldar and Eldar. And John went to Nationals that year at Gen Con and made day 2. He hit the top 16 with the deck.
Nice.
His loss was the dude who got second. And that guy should have won the tournament because famously the guy who did win that tournament was cheating. And is the first person from an FFG game to get a lifetime ban.
Yep.
So
there you go.
So and I would say IG was probably the worst faction. I enjoyed playing IG because they were bad and you had good matchups. So there were a lot of fun things you could do in this game that weren't necessarily competitive. And a lot of that has to do with the sites that I'll get to in a second. So Warlords aside, we'll get to the Warlord packages in a second. I do have to talk about the locations first, and we'll give it just a quick overview on these. Here are some locations, just to give you an idea of what they look like. Okay. So when the game begins, there are 10 total locations. You shuffle these locations, and you deal out 7 of them. The last 3 are gone. You have no idea what they are. They're removed from the game face down. You never get to see them. Okay? And the first 5 of these are flipped up. One of them becomes the first planet, and every turn, a battle is going to happen at the first planet. Whoever wins that battle captures that planet.
Right.
Okay? Oh, yes, Eddie. Yes, Eddie. Capture the planet. All right. So, now the reason you're trying to capture these planets is they have these icons up here. And if you capture... You right, Eddie? Are the intruders in the house?
Maybe.
Wait.
Why are you messing with him? The red light is on.
All right. So
no, this is the roommate messing with Eddie.
So these icons up here are your alternate win condition. Okay? If you capture 3 planets that have the same icon on them, you win the game. So if you get 3 red, you win.
Okay.
If you get 3 blue, you win. If you get 3 green, you win.
Okay, I see.
Okay, and the planets have like a wide variety of icons on them. Just to give you an example, this should show off some more. That was one of the unique things about this game, I would say, is that when you sat down and you dealt out the planets, you had to like come up with a battle plan for it right then, because
you're like, I need to win this one, but I can leave these guys.
Yes, yeah,
and then make this one important. Like go all on here.
Correct. And so you could intentionally lose battles to win the war, which made it really cool.
Yeah.
And when your opponent figured out what you were up to, that's when you both started going back and forth, because you knew what, like they know which one you're going to win with and whatnot.
Yeah.
So anyway, so to zoom in on the planets. You've got the icons, which are very important. You've got these 2 symbols, which are also very important, because those are the resources you get for controlling the planet during the phase of the game. But so before we fight, you get to harvest resources from the planet. And those augment the resources and cards that you draw for your turn. So those icons are very important. And you got to balance both, right? Because you can have a hand of like 16 cards, and if you don't have enough resources, you can't play them.
Yeah.
And then if you've got the opposite is true. Now, typically, it is better to have more cards than resources because of the way shields work, which I'll get to. And then there's a battle bonus on the planet. And the way the battle bonus works is if you win the fight on that planet, you get that bonus. And the bonuses are all very good. And none of them are necessarily game warping, but a lot of them are very powerful. For instance, like you could build like a battleship deck where you like wanted to play the big units in this game because they were sweet. But you were gambling that this planet showed up, and its bonus is each player puts a unit into play from your hand.
Oh.
So you could put like the big 8-cost chaos unit into play with this card. But there's a 30% chance that card's not even in the game. Because you start the game with 3 of them gone.
Right, yeah.
So, anyway, planets very important. And they never released, to my knowledge, they never released a second set of planets. And I don't know what they would do to balance that set of planets, because I felt like these planets were perfect.
Yeah.
These were very well designed. So, just good stuff all around. Okay. So we'll go back to the Warlords and talk about the Warlord package, because the Warlord packages actually came with every type of card in the game. So these make them a pretty good example, just to show the card types and whatnot. So you've got units, and units function a lot like Warlords.
A little bit of chroma there. That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah. It's got like the guns.
Yeah.
So top corner is the cost. You got the name.
That seems efficient.
Yeah. There were some inefficient units in this game, and they didn't get played.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got the faction symbol right here. There's actually this icon right here lets you know that this is part of the Warlords set.
I see.
Yeah. So if you saw that circle exclamation point, then you would know that is in fact part of a Warlord set.
Okay.
The top number is power, bottom number is health. Works exactly like a Warlord. Now, this icon right here is a command icon. Your command icons tell you who controls planets. Whoever has the most command icons on the planet is the person who controls the planet.
That's who gets the resource benefit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, and then you've got your traits and your text on the card. Now, a lot of times the Warlord units, the Warlord units were designed to work with the Warlord. Okay, so Eldrath tapped people down. His unit gets bonuses when they're attacking a tapped unit.
Okay.
So you had support cards. And so the cost is up there. Support cards go down in like your area down here. They're not attached to any of the planets. When you play a unit, it goes to one of the 5 planets that are available in play. So you pay the cost, they go there. Support cards go down to a separate row down here. They can be used at any planet.
Okay.
And they're pretty simple. They have text on them, and you just use the text when it's applicable.
Okay.
So the Alatok Shrines here says, after an Eldar unit moves to a planet, exhaust the support to ready that unit.
You have to exhaust to move from planet to planet?
It is more complicated than that.
Okay.
You've got Foresight here. This says, after your Warlord commits to a planet, commit it to a different planet. So you could, with Eldrath, you could send Eldrath to a planet, use his ability, and exhaust somebody, then use Foresight and move them to another planet and exhaust someone else.
Okay.
Really useful for tapping people down. And I'll get to more of like the strategy once we actually get into the game. And then finally, you've got attachments. Very familiar concept to anybody who's ever used an enchantment, equipment, attachments in any of the other FFG games. It tells you what you're gonna play it on. This plays on an army unit. The distinction there is important because your warlord is a unit. You have
army is is it a
army
trait?
Well, army is a card unit.
Okay.
And there are token units as well.
Okay.
So this says army unit. So that means not your warlord, not a token. All right. That terminology is slightly confusing because there's a lot of cards that you think are really awesome until you like read them and understand what it's saying.
Okay.
And this says attached unit gains mobile. Mobile is a keyword that says at the beginning of the combat phase, this unit may move to an adjacent planet. So you could move it from any of the planets, and you can move them however you want. So when you get to the combat phase, you know where the fights are happening by that point. At the beginning of the command phase, you don't know where the fights are happening. And when you're deploying people, you don't necessarily know where the fights are happening. And so once you get to the combat phase, you have a pretty good idea of what's going to happen and where. And so you can use mobile to adjust your units around. Now, both the events and attachments have these skull icons on them underneath the cost. And those are shields, which you can use at any time a unit would take damage. You can discard something that has shields on it to prevent that much damage.
1 card per damage amount?
Yeah, yes. Now, you can only discard 1 card.
Yeah. So I can't say I wanted to block 3 damage.
Correct.
I can only do 1 card.
You can only discard 1 card. But it is per source of damage.
Okay.
So a lot of the warlords, the only place you got the 3 unit, the 3 shield,
is in warlord packs?
were in the warlord packs. And they were usually very powerful.
Okay.
So you had like this really like tough choice whether you're like, oh man, I kind of want to play this, or do I want to use it for the 3 shields? And shields are why the cards are technically better than resources, because if you don't have the resources to play your really good events,
so dump shields.
You can dump them for shields, right? For free. It doesn't cost you any resources. Okay, so let's jump in.
Okay.
We've got, I don't know if how we want to decide who plays what right now. I don't know if chat wants to chime in with their preferences about which decks we've got ready to go. These decks should roughly be equal. I'm willing to bet that these 4 are better than those 2.
Just because should we play these 2 against each other then?
Yeah, sure. We'll start with IG and Orks, and then if people want us to play specific ones for the second go round, let me know, and we'll do those.
So I shuffle these. I'm shuffling these neutral cards in here, and there's going.
Correct. Yeah, the neutral cards can get shuffled in.
Colonel Strachan. Each other soldier or warrior unit you control at this planet gains +1 attack. Okay.
Yep. And I am playing Nazdreg. And he gives all my units brutal. I liked the other Orc Warlord a lot more. I think the other Orc Warlord actually had some really good matchups in the metagame. The problem was I think he lost to Dark Eldar, which kind of like excluded him from viability. So,
no sleeved outprint cards. What is that? That's a pretty good emote. Pretty good emote.
Yeah, we were gonna have to do so much sleeving.
We did that with Warhammer last week too.
Yeah, we were gonna have to do so much sleeving that I don't know. Now, I will say that we don't actually have the tokens for this game handy, so we're gonna have to improvise. We are gonna use Amber from Keyforge, and we've got the damage tokens from Keyforge. There's not like a whole lot of damage tokens that sit around in this game. Most of the time, your guys do a pretty good job of getting themselves killed in combat.
Yeah.
When they fight. All right, so we are going to deal out the cards real quick. Deal out the planets. Yeah, I'll do the strategy in this game was so good, so good.
We should maybe do Star Wars LCG next week then.
Yeah,
I think we have an opening next week, so.
I do love that game.
It's been a long time.
All right, I'll put them like that. Okay, so, and then the last two are dealt like this. And the last three are removed from the game. So, the first planet we've got here, and we'll use this as the first planet token to let us know that this is the first planet. Okay, and we resolve combat's first planet this way.
Okay.
All right. This says...
So, do you do the battle stuff at the start of a battle?
No.
If you win the battle?
If you win the battle, you get the bonuses. So this says, if you control fewer units than your opponent, gain 3 resources or draw 3 cards.
Has fewer units at that site, or is it
fewer
total?
Units total on the whole board?
I see.
The second planet is Farron, and its battle effect is rout a target non-warlord unit.
Now, what does rout mean?
Rout is a loaded keyword. Rout sends a unit from a planet to the command zone. So route means you send it to where the warlord is. The warlord starts here.
Do they go with the warlord when the warlord
Correct.
deploys?
So when a warlord commits to a planet, they take all their units with them, but the units come to that planet tapped. So they start the fight exhausted.
Okay.
So units that were deployed to the planet have an advantage against one, and that's like kind of an anti-snowballing technique. Now, so this game might be short. If somebody wins the first 3 planets, they win the game. If you win 3 of the first 4 planets, you win the game.
Oh, okay.
Because they all have red on them. So this could be a very quick game. That's one of those things when you sit down, you start making that initial estimate of how long the game is. Each of these are really important battles.
Also, if you win 1, 3, and 5, you win.
Yes. Yep.
But there's no blue win
right
in these cards, but there will be in those.
Yeah, there will be a blue icon.
Mathematically, it's like guaranteed that all the colors matter, and that game has to win. Has to end by then.
Correct. Mathematically, every color can win. Blue is the least important right now because the first time you can capture one, it'll go to 4. Will be turn 3. Okay, so I start with 7 cards. Now we are randomly determine who the first player is, and you start with 7 resources.
Should I be looking for anything like? Is there a mulligan?
Yeah, you get 1 free mulligan.
Okay.
Now, typically, what I would do is I would look for the ability to play as many units as you can, because your command icons are important, right? Because units or planets that you've got units on will gather resources for you. So if you want to be able to play like at least 2, probably 3 units.
I can play 3.
So yeah, you're probably fine.
Okay. So I get 7 resources?
Yeah, 7 resources, and we'll roll a die to see who goes first.
Okay.
That player has initiative, and the person who has initiative goes first for everything on that turn. You deploy first. You get the first attack at a planet.
Is there an initiative token?
Yeah. Yes, and the stuff that you threw away for the rest.
We have tokens,
yeah,
man. We have plenty of tokens.
That's fine. So I'll roll. I got a 6.
Okay.
5. All right. So I have initiative.
I thought you said I could go first.
Do you want? Did I say that?
God.
Sure. You can go first. Fine. You get initiative. Fine. You don't know what you're doing, but fine.
That's right. I assume I just play a dude.
Yes.
Okay. Play as a dude. Stalwart Ogren.
Yep. Sure. He is immune to events.
That sounds good. I like
yes.
that. 2/2 for 2. Got a command thingy.
Yep. So immunity in this game means he cannot take damage from events.
Okay.
He can't be targeted by events. All right, I am going to spend 1 and put the Shoota mob on Balrus.
It's a 2/1 guy.
2/1. It's got a hammer and has just 1 cost.
I'll play this. Oh, no. So this is the battle wouldn't happen here. This is like you're trying to get the cards.
Correct. Yes. A battle. So battles happen always at the first planet.
Right.
So we will always fight.
But if there's a warlord here, you do battle.
Any place a warlord goes to, and there's enemy units, a battle happens.
Okay.
Now, if there are no enemy units, you get the battle effect for that planet unopposed, basically. Yeah, anywhere that your warlord is, you've got to fight. Or anywhere any warlords are.
Well, these Eldar raiders there.
Okay.
They get +2 attack while at a planet with a warlord.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find the tokens for the game because these are all my cards that I had stashed away. I didn't get to play the game very much, but Nathan made decks out of my cards, but I just did not know where the token sheet ended up.
I am going to put the Rocket Boy here. He is a 2/2. It says each enemy unit at this planet loses the flying keyword.
Sure.
The flying keyword means when it's attacked by a non-flying unit, it takes half damage. So.
Put another stalwart Ogren down.
Okay. I am going to play the Snakebite Thug.
Oh, Lord.
And he's a 3/4 for 2 with a forced reaction that says after this unit resolves its attack, deal 1 damage to it. So he takes damage, but he's a beefy boy to begin with.
I'm going to give this Tolerant Raiders a promotion. He gets 2 command icons.
Okay. I am... I'm going to play the Enraged Orc to Aatrox Prime. Then Enraged Orc is a 0/5, and he's got the keyword Brutal, where if he takes damage, he gets bonus attack.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, so you pass?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can go again. I am also going to promote somebody. I'm going to promote the Snakebite Thug.
Okay. Pass again.
Yep. All right, so I will pass. Now we move to the command phase. So normally there were dials that came with this game. What we're going to do is we're actually going to take dice and we're going to hide. This is Planet 1. This is Planet 5.
So this is where we're deciding where our warlord is going to secretly and then revealing at the same time?
Yes, okay. Exactly. He's already asleep.
He's easily the most exhausted he's ever been. Yeah, I don't know what the best thing to do. I guess I'll... Good.
Okay. 1.
Okay.
Alright, so I am going to go here. Alright, so now we resolve command struggle. So there's actually action windows between our warlords going here. If you had some actions, you could use them right now. There's action windows. During the deploy phase, when we were playing units, you could actually take action. So if you had something that just said action on it, you could use it during that time.
And it doesn't count toward my deployment?
It's your action during the deployment phase. Okay. So you can use it to kind of stall.
An action is playing a guy?
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. One of the important things in this game was like feinting, like trying to like get your opponent to like bite.
Then, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So now we start here. Okay. All right. I have the warlord. You do not have a warlord.
Okay.
I win the command struggle.
Okay.
I draw 1 card and I get 1 resource.
I see. Oh, I messed up.
Here.
Yeah.
I have hammers and you do not, so I get 2 resources. Here, nobody's here.
Yep.
Here, another card, another resource. And then here, you've got a Warlord. I do not. So you draw 2 cards. Now, if we both had a Warlord on the planet, it would come down to hammers. Okay. Whoever had the most command icons. If neither of us had a Warlord, same thing, command icons. So, all right. That is that. That's the command phase. Now we move to the combat phase. So there's action windows in between each of us striking.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Preemptive Barrage.
Sure.
To target up to 3 of my units, you control the same planet. Each target unit gains ranged until the end of the phase.
Yes. So the range phase means they get to attack before anybody else.
Okay.
So are you choosing
these guys?
Okay. Yeah. So they're immune to enemy events. You can't actually target them with your own event. And yeah, let's go ahead.
So they'll attack the guy.
So you would do them one at a time.
Okay, so I'll attack a guy.
Okay, you're attacking the Snakebite Thug? Yep. Okay, so you hit him for 2?
Yep.
He'll take 2. Now, if I had a ranged unit, I could strike back. I can play an action now if I wanted to. I don't have any of that stuff. It's now your go.
I'll attack it.
Okay, so I'm going to discard a shield from my hand to prevent one of that damage. Okay. So he's just going to take 1. Okay, my turn. Mm-hmm. The Snakebite Thug is going to attack a Stalwart or Ogren for 3.
I'll block 2 of it.
Sure. So he takes 1. The Snakebite Thug takes 1 damage, and I don't have a shield for it, so he dies.
So you could shield that damage?
I could, yeah.
Okay.
I believe I could. So I think it's if you're taking damage from any sources, you can use shields.
Okay.
Okay. You have a chance to strike now.
I don't have any guys left, right? So
right. So Nazdrag is going to attack the other Stalwart Ogren for 2.
He'll die.
Okay. All right. There's an action window now. We ready, and we decide whether we are retreating or not. I am going to press forward, and I'm sorry. This Snakebite Thug actually hit him for 6 because he had brutal.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that changes the map. You could shield. You could shield the other one.
Right.
You could shield the other one for 2. Yeah. Forgot about that. I just immediately forgot my Warlord's text. Yeah. So so yes, you can choose to retreat. I've got initiative. I have to decide if I'm going to retreat first or not.
So this passes?
So any place where the Warlord is, you have initiative for that fight.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I might as well retreat because he's going to get murdered.
Correct. Yeah. Nazdrag's going to punch him until he goes away. So you retreat, goes back to your place. I'm pretty sure the Warlord goes first. Let me double check that. I'm like 99% sure. Not bad. Yeah, a player has the initiative if his Warlord is present at the beginning of the battle. If both Warlords are present or no Warlords, the initiative token breaks that tie. So yes, I was did remember about that. My card game muscle memory kicked in. All right, so now I resolve this planet's battle. It says if I control fewer units, I can either gain 3 resources or draw 3 cards. I have 3. You've got 2. Nothing happens. So this happens. I mostly went for this one because I didn't want you to use it. That's one of those things you have to balance in this game, whether you are trying to stop your opponent from getting your bonuses or going for other bonuses. So then my Warlord goes home. If I had any surviving units here, they would go home as well.
Okay.
Warlord. Yes, we're going to fight there. Your Warlord can choose to, instead of attack, your Warlord can choose to tap and retreat. So if he's in the middle of a fight and is fixing to get smashed, you can have your Warlord run away.
Okay.
All right. Yes, we go here. You have initiative. I do not.
Okay, so I'll try to hit him for 2.
Okay.
Or 3.
Yep, 3.
Yeah.
The shoot-a-mob is dead. You shoot the shoot-a-mob.
Okay. And then discard a card ramp for your hand.
Yes.
Okay. Evil Sun's Warbiker.
Yep. There was a cycle of units that were printed in the first set that all got +2 attack if they were at a planet with a Warlord.
Okay.
And they were very good. Basically, every faction played them just because they're so good. They're so efficient. And your Warlord goes home. All right, so flip that for me real quick. All the combat's resolved. Now we go to the headquarters phase. So this planet moves down, becomes the first planet. Everything else moves down, and we flip out the next planet, which is Iluith. And if you win the battle on that, you could just search the top 3 cards of your deck for any card and put it in your hand.
Okay. Draw 2 cards?
Yeah. So each player draws 2, and then you gain 4 resources.
Cool. Warlord groupies, yes.
Yes, the groupies.
Is that actually what they were called?
Yeah, everybody called them the groupies. Yeah, they were so good.
And then you get that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I get to deploy first. I am going to put a I'm going to put a Flash Gits here. Nasdrag's Flash Gits. This is my Warlord units. They are a 2/4 for 3. They have a hammer icon. They have a combat action. Deal one unit. This unit 1 damage to ready it. So you could attack twice with them, and if they're at the same planet as Nasdrag, when they take the damage, they're going to get to hit for extra damage on their next crackback. This is a combat action, so you can only use it during the combat phase. But I could strike with them and then use this combat action in between the strikes to ready them, and then strike with them as my next strike after you had already struck as well. So
I'm going to play the Omega Zero command.
Okay, that's a very good one, right?
After you win a command struggle, put a Guardsman token into play at that planet.
Yeah, so Guardsman tokens kind of suck, but Strachan makes them better. They are 1/2s. But they do count as soldiers, so Strachan does give you +1 attack on your tokens. So they're very important. I honestly, the cards, the games my one complaint with the Warlord packages as they were was that they included a lot of 1-ofs.
Oh, right.
And
so you didn't see them very often?
Yeah, so games you saw them were like completely different games than the ones that you didn't see them.
Let's see.
So all right, I am gonna play a Nasdrag's Flash Gits to Iluith.
Your guys are way more beefier than mine.
Oh yeah. We's Orks.
Yep. Play Rogue Trader here.
Okay, so Rogue Trader has a bonus resource here, which means if you win the command struggle, you get to add 1 to the resources on the planet. So, okay, I am going to play the Snakebite Thug here.
I will pass.
I will pass as well. Okay, so deployment time, or sorry, commitment time. We got to pick some place that we want our warlords to go.
If it's tied, does it go to the initiative? The command struggle, or does no one get it?
No one gets it. Yeah, it's a wash. One.
This goes here, right?
Other way around. The Stalwart Ogren is
I
tapped.
thought I was picking that up.
And Strachan is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we start here. I get 2 resources. We go here, I get a resource. We go here, your Warlord breaks the tie, you get a card and a resource.
I get a token too, right?
And you get a token. Yep. We go to Barless.
I get 2 cards.
You get 2 cards and a token. And we go here, and I get 2 cards. Okay. Fights, we go here. So I actually get to route a non-warlord unit. So I'm going to route this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he goes to your staging area. No fights happen here, so I'll take the planet. My warlord and buddies come home. And no fights here, we go here. You get the first action.
I will suppressive fire to exhaust a unit you control to exhaust a target non-warlord unit at the same planet.
Okay, so my work is tapped. All right. Go ahead.
I guess I will hit for 2.
He takes 2.
Hit for 2.
He'll take another 2. I have no other actions.
So we're ready.
Yep. You choose whether you retreat or not.
I will not retreat.
Yep. The discretion is the better part of valor. So this orc uncharacteristically runs away. And that is that. So your commander goes home and everybody else stays on the planet with.
Deal 1 damage to each enemy unit at a target HQ or adjacent planet.
Sure.
So that's target HQ.
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely want to do like
okay.
1 damage to each enemy there.
Yep. So him, the dies, damage, and damage.
Okay.
Okay. And this moves down. It is now on the first planet. Everything else moves down. And we get 2 and gain 4.
Okay. These. Play Steel Legion Chimera.
Oh god, that thing. How many cards are in your hand?
6.
6.
I should have 1 more resource. I'll take your word for that.
Eh.
I believe you.
Did you get the one for the rogue trader? I think
I did not,
yeah.
probably.
Maybe one he was missing.
Yeah, I think so, Stormstrong. Based on the icons.
Okay, I'm going to play another copy of Nazdreg's Flash Gets there.
Play another one of these tanky boys.
Jeez. Okay, I am gonna play the Weird Boy Maniac. Costs 3. It says after this unit enters play, deal 1 damage to each other unit at this planet.
So I'll pass.
Okay, I am gonna play a Void Pirate down there. And I will pass.
I guess I can play this thing. If I pass once, so I pass forever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you'd have to play it first, yeah.
I'm gonna play this. Attach an outpost. Then.
Okay. Okay.
Combat action, exhaust it to give your target unit +2 attack for the next attack in phase.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Going 1.
Kind of have to.
we'll space this out this
Yeah.
way. Get ourselves a nice juicy battle going on.
Round 3 fight.
Okay. All right, so we come here.
Yeah.
Tapped guys don't count towards the command struggle.
Okay.
So these guys don't count. We both have warlords. I've got 3 hammers. You've got 2. So I'll get the 1 resource for this planet. Here you get 2 resources and a card. Here you get 2 cards. Here I get 2 cards. And here I get 2 resources and a card. Okay. And
token there.
Yeah.
In there.
Yes, because you won the.
Am I limited by the amount of tokens that exist in the game?
Honestly, I think you might be.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I think you might be.
Yeah, if Nathan wins this planet, he wins. So I can't really retreat.
Yeah, you gotta fight or die.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we go to combat. If you have any actions, you can play those now. Before we get no actions. I have no actions. And so you have initiative. Your warlord is there, so you get to go first.
All right, so I guess I want to use this outpost and strike with a Steel Legion Chimera, so I can do 4 damage to. And I have to account for you having shields and stuff too. So I can't just say I'll kill this guy. I want to try hard to kill something. I have best chance to try. I want to kill a ready guy too, because if I can kill one, that's one less attack you get, right?
Exactly.
So I'll try to shoot this guy for 4.
Okay, shooting this guy for 4. He's got 3 damage on him. I will.
He's got 1 damage on him, right? Or 3 health left.
Yeah, 3 health. Sorry, 3 to. I will shield him for 2. So he takes 2 damage.
Okay.
So he's alive at 3. I will use him. He's brutal, so he's going to get to attack for 5. He's going to shoot the Steel Legion Chimera for 5.
All right, we'll shield 3 of that.
Ooh, okay.
That was. Or are you shooting this one?
Yeah, the ready one. Yeah.
Is there an action window before I strike?
Yes. We go back and forth until we both pass effectively.
Is there an action window after I strike?
Yes.
Can I strike and then play an action?
Yes.
Before you strike?
Yes.
Okay. He'll strike. It's the question is, do I hit a tapped guy because I'm more likely to kill it? It's only 2 damage, or just putting damage on something worth it. Probably I need to try to take this guy out, so I'll shoot that guy for 2.
Okay, he's dead. Okay. The Flash Gets is going to strike for 3. I have to kill these stupid tanks because they absorb so much damage. I'll strike for 3 versus that Chimera.
Right. And once you strike, it's just damage happens. There's an action window after you say I'm targeting this guy with a strike.
Yeah.
There's no damage on the stack.
Yeah. You have to basically if you got the card that I think you have, then it's a reaction, I believe. Okay.
Not the one you then
that's not the one. Okay.
Okay. Then Stricken can.
And actually, the card I'm thinking of is Space Marine card.
Okay. So I'm only doing 2 damage as a dude, so I guess I'll just shoot this guy.
The Rocket Boy?
Yeah.
Rocket Boy's dead. Alright. The Weird Boy Maniac is going to strike the Chimera for 2.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Nazdrag is going to strike the Chimera for 2.
Then we ready up?
I can use
okay.
this guy. Deciding whether I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna take a combat action. If you don't have anything, I'm gonna take combat action to ready the Flash Gits. The Flash Gits is gonna attack the Talaran Raiders for 4. Okay, we ready up?
I mathematically can't stop you here, so
Gotcha.
yeah. I mean, no matter how many times this guy he attacks once and then gets torn apart by Orks.
He works. Begin raining blows.
So does he have to be bloodied and killed, or killed like flipped and then killed?
Yeah, he gets flipped to bloodied. Well, if he sticks it out and I beat him up, when your commander becomes bloodied, they go to.
Oh, and then you win the planet.
Yeah,
okay.
and then I would.
Then you would just win next round anyway. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Okay. This deck seems awful. All of my units were just like so terrible.
You really need the command 0. Yeah, I think you did not at the first turn.
Yeah, definitely not.
Learning how to deploy in this game is a skill on its own. It's not intuitive necessarily. You gotta grab a lot of real estate. This game was a fast one because of the layout, which is why I went for just the knockout punch real quick. Games where you know someone can't win until like turn 5. That's where you fight more for resources than you fight for like winning and whatnot.
That makes sense. Okay, on to the next.
You had to like strike a good balance between units and shields in this game.
You want some Tau? We can get some Tau.
Tau? Sure. We got some Tau. Where did you strike?
Tau versus Eldar?
Sure.
Sounds good.
That'll leave Space Marines versus Dark Eldar for the final.
Some vapors. Tau vapors. Each unit you control gains Armor Bane. Does that mean it doesn't?
Armor Bane means its attacks cannot be blocked by shields.
Okay.
Yeah, Anshi was really, really good. Anshi got a little bit worse as the expansions rolled out, but Anshi was terrifying.
No chaos in our
pool.
Crap.
That's not supposed to be Anshi. I built the deck around not Anshi because the cards let me swap out the commander real quick.
Okay.
You're gonna have a real bad time if you play that deck. I just now realized.
Oh no.
Anshi is better than Starbane. Or sorry, Shadow Sun. Stepping on the dog. Yeah, fortunately you can look for those. That's not one. That is a loyalty icon.
Somebody looking for yellows.
You're looking for yellers. Yeah, sorry. I definitely built that deck around Shadow Sun and not Anshi. The deck was going to be like 45 cards.
Before. It wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, because you have to. So the thing is, This game's honestly a real good one for us to revisit when I go get my decks from the first year of the game, because there's just like a lot of like sweet stuff that was going on when you're like
allying and stuff.
Yeah, when you start mixing in the allies. So the way Anshi worked is that if he attacked, he ran away from the planet. So you had to include all these support cards that would put your ethereals were their names. Every single ethereal that when they attacked, they left the planet. So you had to include all these different support cards to get them to come back to the planet. So, yeah. I realized that it was going to be very, very complicated to explain all that. Shadow Sun is like make a Voltron.
Okay.
No, Anshi is good, but like I said, it requires like a lot of setup, and if you don't know what you're doing, it looks bad. Like, but all of your dudes ignoring shields is insane. Anshi also. So you would a very common thing in this game was to send your warlord to go assassinate the campers, the guys who were like trying to grab real estate. So you would fight over the first planet maybe and stuff like that. But a lot of times you're like sending your warlord to go beat up on people. The way Anshi works is that after Anshi attacks and kills the dude, they actually leave the planet, so you don't even get the battle bonus. So it's not like intuitive at all unless you have another unit there. So
I also like drew all those tanks together in the last game, and those tanks didn't help each other. But
yeah,
I had all three. I had like three in my hand.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a bad draw. I was gonna deal with the planets, but here you go. Here's the deck. Okay. All right, so we got a different one. The earliest you can win is turn 4 this time. So there's a lot less shared icons between the planets as well.
We can roll for the thing, I guess.
Okay, you are first. Is my hand a keeper? I think my hand.
I'll play Stingwing Swarm.
Okay. I am gonna play Tan Guardians. They've got 2 command hammers, but they're a 1/1.
Play Rogue Trader. There.
I'm gonna play the Soaring Falcon. It's got 2 command hammers. It's a 1/5 and it's mobile, so at the beginning of combat it can move to an adjacent planet.
Play Deception to return a target non-elite army unit to its owner's hand.
Okay, so put that back in my hand. Play Starbane's Council there.
Let's do attacking exhausted unit. Do you exhaust something like automatically when you?
When he commits to a planet, he exhausts a unit.
I'll pass.
I will also pass. Okay. So now we commit to planets.
My guy. Alright, so after he commits, I can give him Shadow Sun's Stealth Cadre.
Okay. I will tap your Rogue Trader.
Okay. I'm a Rogue Trader.
And then Shadow Sun's Stealth Cadre is a unit that can be played as an attachment that gives +2/+2. So +2 attack and +2 health. Okay. So Command Struggle. You get a card and a resource. Nothing here. Here, I get a resource and a card. And then here, I get a resource and a card. All right. And we go here. For battling, you've got your Warlords, so you get the first attack.
So I get range, so I can range for 5.
Yep, so Starbane's Council is annihilated.
Okay. That battle does 1 damage to each enemy unit at a target HQ or adjacent planet, but there's nothing in either place. So
yep.
Okay, and then here, is this guy ready?
When the battle results, you capture this planet.
Yeah,
that's yours.
Go?
Yeah, that goes to your command. He's at home now.
Is he ready?
He is not ready. No.
He's not ready.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this guy's dead.
Yeah, so Eldrath will shoot that guy for 1.
Okay.
If I control fewer units, we control the same number of units. Then I would get the bonuses there, and then no other fights. So Eldrath comes home. This stuff moves down. We get a new planet. I get the initiative, and we get 4 resources and draw 2 cards.
So you start out?
Yes. I am gonna play Spirit Seer Arathel of Balrus. He is a unique. Costs 3. He's got 2 command hammers. He's a 2/3, and he's got reaction. After his unit is declared as an attacker, remove 1 damage from another target unit at this planet.
I'll play Fireblade Aizvre.
Yeah.
So when I use a card as a shield icon, it gains 1 shield icon.
Yep. He was very good.
Yeah.
A staple for a long time. I am going to play the Warlock Destructor here. It's a 3/4 for 2. With a forced reaction, after the deploy phase begins, you have to pay 1 or discard him.
I see. I'm going to play Deception to return a non-elite unit.
Okay.
That's non-elite, right?
That is correct. Elite is a keyword.
Okay, so yeah, that guy.
Okay.
What happens if nobody battles over this?
It is removed from the game.
Okay. Just curious.
I pass.
Okay. Alright, so I pass as well.
Okay, we'll pick our planets.
Three.
Down to 2. So he's going to show up and he's going to tap the Fire Blade.
What happens if nobody can win because the planet was removed from the game? That's a good question.
I never encounter... I think it's the person whoever wins the last planet wins the game. If you somehow get to the point where nobody has won.
So this is put attachment and a print cost 2 or lower. This drone is an army unit, so I guess it can't do it because the special text says the stealth cadre can be, but this guy couldn't because he's not actually an attachment.
Correct,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to Foresight. So after my Warlord commits to a planet, I can commit it to a different planet.
Did you have to do that thing?
That's after the deploy phase begins. The deploy phase is the very first phase.
Oh, begins. Okay.
Yeah. This is the start of the next turn is when I have to pay for him. So I am actually going to move to here.
Okay.
All right. So I get 2 resources there. You don't get anything from this planet. Here you get a resource on a card. And here I get 2 resources. All right. And we go to here. I'm the only person with a unit. So I'll capture the planet, and I take 1 resource from you. Give me this.
All right.
All right. No fights here. Here.
Side for 1.
He's dead. And then
battle ability of another planet in play. Okay. I can discard a card at random. I can route a non-warlord unit. I can do this thing, which doesn't hit for me. So I'll route this dude.
okay. Okay. Shadow Sun goes home. That dude stays on the planet.
That guy stays.
All right. This moves down. This becomes the first planet. This is revealed. We get 4 and draw 2.
Think of that.
Yes, you have the initiative now.
Play this communications relay, so I can cancel an ability that targets a unit you control with 1 or more attachments.
Okay. Is exhausted, right?
Exhausted, yeah.
I have to pay 1, or otherwise the Warlock Destructor explodes.
Probably a pretty big advantage, Stormstrong. He's also got a lot of cards, so I've been very bad at
managing resources.
Yeah.
We could stop deceptioning my stuff. I am going to play Alatok Shrine, so after an Eldar unit moves to a planet, I can exhaust the support to ready that unit.
Play Earthcast Technician.
Yep, he's good.
So I can look at the top 6 cards of my deck for a attachment or drone card and reveal it out of my hand.
Yep.
A lot of stuff here. I wish I had all this stuff. Okay. It's Island Rifle.
Yeah, it's a good one. That goes on the bottom of New York. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just
I
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
No, it doesn't matter.
It's fine.
I mean, you've cheated.
I have cheated.
You've compromised the integrity of this game.
It's true.
You've damaged the trust of the audience, but none of that matters. Okay, I am going to play
I do feel judged.
Starbane's Council here.
I'm gonna give this Fireblade man an Ion Rifle.
I am going to play the Soaring Falcon.
The Recruiter.
I am going to give Starbane's Council mobility.
Okay. I pass.
I am going to pass as well.
Okay.
I'll use the shrine to keep it ready.
I'm gonna put stealth cadre on this dude.
Sure. I will use Eldrath to tap the Stingwing. I believe you can use that. It says,
oh yeah, I can. So
yeah.
I'll do that. All right.
Okay. So here.
Yes. I don't have range or anything. But I do get to strike first, right?
We're not fighting. We're doing.
Oh yeah. So I get as I have a Warlord.
Yeah.
Okay. So 1 and 1.
Here I get 1 and 1. And here you get 3 resources.
Finally, I've done it. Okay.
Okay. And So start of the combat phase, they're going to use mobile to move to here.
Okay. Okay, so
Here.
when can I use actions?
So you can use actions. You can use actions during this combat before this combat actually happens.
I'm gonna play this to exhaust an army unit with one or more attachments to move it to a target planet.
Sure.
So I'll move this guy here.
Okay.
Then when we get murdered.
All right.
And then I just win that combat.
Yep.
Okay.
I have 3 units. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So you don't get the bonuses of the planets.
Okay. And then you get that one.
Yeah, those guys all go home. Yeah, this one.
I guess I could squadron redeployment this guy too, right?
Exhausting unit to move it from
one to another target planet.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. Yeah, that makes sense. And these guys go home.
Yeah. Okay. Here I am going to trigger the battle ability of another planet. I'm going to send the Stingwing home swarm using the route.
All right.
And got the resources. This is now the first planet. And draw 2. I have the initiative.
Oh, these were on this planet.
They were on this planet. This.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this is now the first planet. You took the first planet.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
You get that?
Yeah. So my first action is going to be Doom. I spend 4, and it says destroy each non-unique unit at each player's HQ.
My God.
So blows up those guys.
Okay.
Oh, and I have to spend 1 to keep the Warlock Destructor around.
I'll play this Trailblazer dude. Oh, geez. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Doom was very good. I'm going to spend 1 for the Rogue Trader there.
Put a recon device here.
Recon drone.
Yeah.
I will pass.
Put gun drones here.
I will. Yeah, I'm passed. I'm all passed out.
You're all passed. The Rogue Trader. Guess here.
You have any cards in hand? No cards. Okay. So Eldrath is going to tap the gun drones. All right, so 1 and 1. Here, 2 resources. Here, you get 2 cards. And there you get 1 card. Okay, so start of the combat phase, these mobile guys are going to move to this planet. Here I guess
this guy can move too, right?
Yeah, you could choose to move him. You could technically move him to this planet if you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I get this. He goes home tapped. I get to trigger the battle ability of another planet. I guess I'll trigger this one. And send. I'm going to discard a card. He has attack for 5. I'm gonna send the recon drone home. Okay. And then we come to this planet. Starbane's council is gonna attack the Fireblade for 3.
I will shield it 1+1.
Yeah.
And then he'll shoot. I guess that thing.
Yeah. Can't stop it
for 5.
Okay. The Falcon will shoot him for 1.
Okay.
You technically strike for 0. And then Eldrath will attack him for 1. We're ready. You choose whether you retreat or not.
Yeah, I guess I retreat.
Okay. So I will trigger, or I'll route this guy. Comes home. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll kill that dude. Or I'll hit him for 1.
Yeah. I have no way to stop him from getting
I got a card.
Attacked by that guy over and over and over again, so I'm just throwing cards away from my hand if I do.
Push. Okay.
Okay. This is now the first planet. Get 4. Draw 2.
Get that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll play Earth Cast Technician. Drone or attachment? Yeah, I only got this one thing to get.
It's 2 shields, which is not enough.
Yeah, 2 shields is something. Okay. Double damage dealt to attachment. Okay.
I am gonna put a Void Pirate here.
Put a Trailblazer person there.
I'll promote this Void Pirate.
I'll promote this guy.
I am going to play the Swordwind Farseer. Costs 3, and after this unit enters play, I can search the top 6 cards for any card and put it into my hand. Put the rest on the bottom. wish I'd played that guy first. Had a Doom there. Would have been pretty good. Put this card in my hand. Still going. This been the one for the Warlock Destructor?
I don't know. Probably not.
I got 4. I got 2. This planet was 1 and 1. 3. I don't think I did.
Okay, play this here. Ork and recruits.
Yeah, these guys are so good.
It is pretty neat. Buff Gabo.
Yeah, this game is really, really good. Okay, I'll pass.
Pass. We going.
I'll use this to ready. Who has initiative this turn?
Me.
Okay.
So I get to use my ability first?
Yes.
Okay. So I will give this recruits a cadre.
Okay.
+2/+2.
I will tap the Earthcast Technician.
Pile of 0 power guys.
Okay, so here we both have warlords. I've got more command icons, so I will get the 2 resources.
You have more command icons. Oh, the untapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, untapped.
Yep.
So I get those. Here I'm going to play an event called Superiority. When a command struggle at a planet begins, a target army unit loses all command icons. So that
Can I cancel it?
you can, yeah.
I'll cancel that.
Okay. Guess I should have tapped that guy first, but okay.
Should I draw 2 cards here?
Yeah.
All right. You battling?
Yes.
Let's battle.
All right. So actions before strikes.
What happens when you beat Keyforge?
Okay. So I have no actions.
Okay. So I strike first.
Yeah.
So I got slam 6 and something here.
Yep.
What is? These guys aren't. They're just dudes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll slam 6 into this dude.
He's dead. He's melted.
2 regular dudes.
Okay. I am going to so he's got 4 hit points, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Farseer is going to shoot the gun drones for 2.
I will shield 2.
Okay.
I'll shoot this dude for 1.
I'll take the 1. The Falcon is going to shoot the Falcon's going to shoot this guy for 1. I'm going to play an action, the Gift of Isha. And I can put the topmost Eldar unit from my discard pile into play at a planet. If that unit is still in play at the end of the phase, I can discard it.
None of these guys in my tap stack have attachments. This dude does have an attachment. He killed all my other guys that were cool.
Yeah, the big guys. Yeah. Guys that would beat me single-handedly.
Yeah.
And then this guy's going to attack the Borken recruits for 3.
I'm going to kill 2.
Okay. Starbane is going to shoot that guy for 1.
Ready? Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
You get the first strike.
Well, I gotta use this guy while I can, so shoot this dude.
Okay, he is dead again. This guy is going to attack the gun drones for 2.
I'll shoot this dude.
I will shield him. Eldrath is going to shoot the Earthcast Technician for 1.
Shoot this dude.
The Soaring Falcon is going to shoot the Borken recruits for 1.
Okay. Tap a guy.
Yep.
Tap a guy a bunch more times.
Ready up?
Yep.
I am not retreating. Hold!
So, like, I kind of have to retreat, I guess. But there's, like, no point in me fighting still. Because it takes me, like, 80 combats to kill your Falcon, and you kill all my dorks in the meantime.
Oh, I start shooting your commander next, is what happens next.
Yeah, so I'll retreat.
Yeah, I will route that guy. Yeah. Hell of a line. Okay, so these come home.
It's awful.
I get 4 and 2. Okay, and the next turn.
Miserable. Okay. Play Recon Drone. Oh, you have initiative now.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna play the Beal 10 Guardians here.
Play drone.
I am gonna play Spirits here, or Raffle here.
Play power.
I will pass.
Play power.
Pass.
That's all my cards. Two options here. The 0/1 creatures get, so this guy gives me an extra card if I win the command struggle there. This guy gives you an extra resource if you win the command struggle there. This guy is like extra command icon, so it's easier for you to win the command struggle. Are you ready?
I'll use this to ready the Falcon. Since I have initiative, he's tapped. Since I have initiative, I will tap that guy.
Okay, I will give him a stealth cadre. Anyways.
Okay. Here, 3/3.
Yep.
Nothing happens. Here, I draw 1 card. Okay, start a combat. I will move the Falcon over to here. So that somebody has a gun. Okay.
I guess I'll move this dude over.
He is not mobile. He is limited.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here the Falcon's gonna shoot the Void Pirate.
Yeah. And he's eventually dead.
Yeah. Well, he can retreat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll retreat then.
All right. So you have no cards to discard. These come home. And here, with the I've got the first action. Arathel is going to shoot your Stealth Cadre for 2.
I'll shoot your 1 guy.
I will shield it. The 1/1 is going to shoot this 1/1.
Okay.
And then Starbane's going to shoot the Stealth Cadre for 1. They're 3. They have 4 health.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only got 3. Okay, and we ready up. I have the first strike. The Guardians are going to shoot those guys for 1. Oh, you could retreat. It's up to you.
So these guys.
Yeah. So before I strike, you have the option to retreat.
I mean, I don't end up doing anything in this fight except killing your 1/1, so I guess I retreat. Although I don't know that that does anything for me. I guess it keeps units on the board. I don't know. Sure, I'll retreat.
Okay.
I feel like I have an endless wave of useless dudes.
All right. So 4 and draw 2.
All right, give me this.
It's for it. This is it.
Yep. Play this dude.
Build that jerk. I am gonna play Wild Rider Squad.
Play this marksman.
This is the guy you give the ion rifles to.
Yeah, that seems good. He's even holding one.
Okay. All right. That's it. Where are you going? Which planet are you going to?
Yeah.
I will use this to ready the Soaring Falcon. So you get the first commander action.
So I can get, well, I get any attachment, right? Yeah. Or I can get another Stealth Cadre. It's the Stealth Cadre. Probably this guy. I mean, he's dead anyway. They're all dead. Maybe I just give him. That's fine.
Okay, I'll use Elder Wrath to tap down the Fireblade.
You get the stuff.
Yeah, so 2 cards.
Alright, I'll shoot this dude with a range phase.
For 3?
Yeah.
I will shield for 2. This one.
Then I get to do that.
Yeah.
Shoot this dude.
I will shield for 1. The Wild Rider squad is gonna shoot. I guess BL10 Guardians are gonna shoot the Stealth Cadre for 3. Wild Rider Squadron is gonna shoot the Fireblade for 3. Spirit Seer is gonna shoot that guy for 2. Soaring Falcon's gonna shoot him for 1, and then Eldrath will shoot him for 1.
Okay. No, we're done.
Eldar slowly shoot you to pieces. I had to win 5 planets in a row. Yeah, those deceptions were bad news because he got a resource advantage off of him. If you were able to like segue that into the late game,
I just lost too many things. Like I still don't know how to properly
allocate for planets.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's like knowing what the opponent, like which one the opponent is incentivized to go towards. Knowing the planet abilities, I think, are really easy to get wrong because like half the time you want to use a planet for its planet ability. Okay, so we've got Ragnar and Packmaster Kith.
I'll take Kith.
Now, Ragnar's my dog. I played Ragnar a bunch. I think Ragnar was my favorite warlord by a wide margin.
I got some tokens here.
Yeah.
Chimera tokens?
Yeah. So Kith, whenever she commits to a planet, you get to put a ready token into play there.
Okay.
And her Warlord unit puts a Chimera token in.
Okay.
Packmaster was like, she was probably the most popular warlord in the game over its whole length of time.
I mean, that seems pretty good as free dudes.
Yeah. She also hits for 2, and I don't know if you saw that last matchup.
Yeah, hitting for 1 is terrible.
There are a lot of situations where your commanders will get into a fight, and your commanders can just be the last 2 people on a planet punching each other.
Yeah.
And so the fact that she brings some help, and also hits for 2, just it makes her really, really good at beating other warlords. So that was the reason I loved Kugath. In those situations where you were like warlord on warlord fight, Kugath could not lose to anybody. He was the Nurgle guy. And if he had his banner, so his ability was when he struck, you got to take a wound off of him and give it to one of your opponents.
Good lord.
And the rules for moving wounds meant that you couldn't shield it.
Okay.
So he wanted to take damage, and his banner gave him an extra copy of that effect. So he only attacked for 1. His banner also gave him +1 hit points, so he went to 8 hit points. But he could not lose a straight up fight to another warlord with that banner, because they would hit him for 2. He would say, "Stop hitting yourself," give you that damage back, and then hit you for 1 on top of it.
So you a nerd.
Yeah,
seems dumb.
That one. Why does it keep going there?
I know, right?
That's like, that planet's like a catch-up one.
Kiss meta forever. 5 ever.
Yeah. Well, and that's why we built the Kugath deck that beat Kith. John said that when he went to Nationals that year, He played like 6 rounds, I think, and like 4 or 5 of those rounds were versus Kith.
God.
And he went 4-1 against that.
Yeah.
And his loss.
Now we're back. I'm not back though. I kicked stuff again. I don't know why. Like I barely touched it. Oh, I'm definitely frozen. I think the camera or the mic does work.
The mic does work?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's our setup is precarious at best.
There's a lot of questionable things going on.
Can't hear? It says it can't hear us.
Oh, really? It says it's doing things.
We see mic is working. Oh, okay. Captain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
With
the public shaming.
I just have not shifted my chair at all. I don't know how Eddie has never kicked that, and I kick it all the time.
Okay, so Ragnar says, after your warlord commits to a planet with an enemy warlord, deal 2 damage to a target enemy unit at that planet. That includes the other warlord.
God.
Yeah. Ragnar's fun. Like, the reason I love Ragnar is because of how aggressive he was. He would go warlord hunting. As you can see in those games that we played, we've both been pretty conservative with our warlords. I think if you had tried to push for damage on Starbane, you might have fared a little bit better. That's something to remember. If you had just shot Starbane for like 6 when that guy had a chance, you probably could have bloodied Starbane. Because I would have like just had to just like dump.
Second mulligan.
Yeah, you throw your hand back and just draw.
Okay. What about John being 4-1?
So his loss. Because I was like telling him, I was like, dude, you cannot lose to a Kith deck with this deck. Like, I play tested it. I probably played like 10 or more games with it. Could not lose to Kith. And so he played against the guy who went on to get second with Kith, and then he played him in the top cuts immediately. So he got knocked out by the guy. The guy was playing Kith, and he was playing. The minimum was 50 cards. Right, there was no maximum. He was playing an 86 card deck that played the maximum amount of copies of every 2 shield card in Dark Eldar that you could play. And you could not beat him in a fight because he prioritized cards. He didn't really need resources. He would win the game through like Kith and stuff like that. And so you'd like get into a fight with him, and he's just like, you're like, I deal 2 damage. He's like, pitch a card, pitch a card, pitch a card, pitch a card, pitch a card. Jeez. And you're just like, how am I supposed to kill any of your guys? The thing you had to worry about big boys was Archon's Terror was the thing you had to worry about with big boys Kugath. I played medium. I played Orks Kugath, and it was indirect damage the deck. I played like Ork cannons and stuff like that, and the goal was to win an attrition battle. Because like if your opponent played a rogue traitor on a planet, you would kill it with an Ork cannon, or you'd make them discard a card from their hand. So,
what is ambush? Do you get another action after you play it?
Ambush means you can play it in combat.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know the card you're talking about. The card you're talking about is very good. Yeah, it's very good. That was another reason. The card Justin's talking about is another reason to not play big boys Kugath versus Dark Eldar. I'll keep my hand. Okay. All right, I am going first. I am going to play. I gotta get my 7. 6, 7. Okay, I am going to play a Void Pirate here.
I'll play Bloody Reapers.
Right. I am gonna play Rogue Trader here.
Plays Chimera Masters.
Okay.
So get to.
I'm gonna play Maxos there.
Axos.
And he has a combat action that says pay the printed cost of a Space Marine unit in your hand to put it into play at this planet as a combat action.
Let's see.
Brings in the drop pods.
Well, pass.
I will also pass. So pass. Yep. Okay, so here I've got 2 to your 1. So I get a resource and I draw a card. Here I've got a Warlord and you do not, so I get a resource and I draw a card. Here I get a resource and the Void Pirate gives me a card. And then here you get 2 resources. Here I've got initiative.
Can I play this? You must sacrifice a unit if able.
Yes. So I can sacrifice
Anything?
a unit from anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can sacrifice this dude.
Okay.
So you may want to save that until after you
Oh, murder that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
That way you force me to pick somebody else to get killed.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, Maxos is going to attack the Chimera for 2.
Okay. So I'll hit him for 1.
I will take the 1.
I can retreat now? Or not?
We have other combat actions now
Okay.
if you want. So, yeah, already. I am not retreating.
Okay, I guess I'll retreat.
Okay. So, I win the planets.
I guess I could have stopped that.
Yeah,
I forgot about shields.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if you attacked it for 2, I could have shielded for 2.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And then I would attack it for 2.
So okay, let's back
That
up.
changes everything.
Yes. Yes. So I attack it.
Yep.
You attack me for 2.
Yep.
I take the 2.
Okay.
All right.
And then attack it for 1.
Nope. No. I am going to ambush in the eager recruit.
Okay.
And the eager recruit is going to shoot the Chimera Masters for 2.
Okay. I will shield the 2 or shield 1.
Okay. All right. Now it's your action.
So I'll shoot the.
Okay. Maxos.
Yep.
I will shield for 1.
Okay.
I am going to. Sure, we'll ready up. Any actions? Are you retreating?
Not retreating.
You're not? We're sticking it out? We're fighting?
Yeah.
To the death?
Yeah.
Okay. Maxos is going to attack the Chimera for 2.
Alright, I'm going to shield 2.
Okay. I am going to take a combat action before you strike.
Okay.
And I am going to play the White Scars Bikers for 3 using Maxoses.
Okay.
They're, yeah, they just get +2 attack with a Warlord.
I'll attack that guy.
Okay, he's dead. The Eager Recruit is going to attack the Chimera Masters for 2.
Dead.
And then the White Scars Biker is going to attack 2.
All right.
Okay.
Now it's over.
All right. They go home. I've got 4 units. You've got 2. Capture the planets. Here.
He's dead.
Okay, Ragnar attacks him for 2. I get to trigger the battle ability of another planet. Might as well break even. Or do I just go for more cards? Yeah, I'll look at the top 3 cards of my deck and pick one.
I like the Keyforge does not have things you can do in the middle of the opponent's turn. I think that's one of my favorite parts about Keyforge is that you just take your turn, you do your thing,
yeah,
and move on. I don't love action windows. I understand their need in some games.
Ragnar comes home.
Alright, so there.
Yeah.
Bing.
He's dead.
And then I can play my thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I will sack the Eager Recruit.
Okay. I can take 1 from you?
Yep. That's yours now.
Okay.
Okay. This moves down. This is now the first planet. Get 4. And draw 2.
Additionally, it's slightly easier to design an asymmetrical game without action windows digitally. Just saying.
And you have the initiative now.
Okay. Play this dude.
So, something to consider strategically. If my Warlord had attacked your dude and you had shielded and you shot my Warlord for 4 and we readied and I attacked your dude and you shielded for 2 and you shot my Warlord again for 4, you would have bladed my Warlord. And I would have to like make the choice. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
So I could have just not used those shield cards in the other battle.
Right. In a battle that you eventually lost anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot. There's a lot of like nuance to the fights, like knowing which ones that are already lost and aren't worth committing more resources to is a big part of this game. Okay. So you played those guys. I'm gonna send a Void Pirate here. We have not seen this planet. I love this planet.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. This one's super tricky.
Play this Baleful Mandrake.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Stormstorm. It can be kind of overwhelming. And it's like, then you're like, pass. If you want to get down to it where you're just like passing and passing and passing with your opponent.
I'm going to play the Honored Librarian here. And it says enemy units cannot attack this unit while I control a unit not named Honored Librarian at this planet. So as long as I have any other units, you can't attack him.
Okay.
You have to go attack my other guys first. Okay. Commitment phase.
Yep. Whatever. All right, let's go.
Okay. So you get the first reaction. So you put your Chimera in play. And Ragnar is going to shoot your Baleful Mandrake for 2.
Guess he's dead.
And the White Scars Biker is tapped. I'm going to play another reaction. After my Warlord commits to a planet with an enemy Warlord, I draw 3 cards. The Primal Howl. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Command phase. I get a resource and a card. You get 2 cards. I get a resource and a card. I get 2 resources and a card. All right. Let us fight.
Start first.
Yeah, you get the first attack.
Okay. I'll hit these guys.
The White Scars Bikers.
Yep.
I will take the 2 that we're shielding. Yeah, I'll shield one of it. I'll discard that. Shield 1. Take 1. The Honored Librarian is gonna shoot Kith for 4.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll shield 2 of it.
You could, instead of striking with Kith, you can always tap your Warlord and retreat.
Okay.
Which may be wise here.
Definitely doing that.
And then Ragnar's going to attack the Chimera for 2. So I get to trigger the battle ability of another planet. I'm going to use this one to move a unit. So I'll move the Honored Librarian here. Biker and Ragnar come home, and I'll capture this planet. There's no other fights in any other planets. Those go there. This flips. And we draw 2. And we gain 4 resources.
Okay.
Did you not have Klavex War Leader in your hand on the first turn?
Mm.
Okay.
Oh wait, I did.
Okay. When you had 4 resources and I had a damaged guy?
I don't think you had a damaged guy, did you? Oh,
yeah,
you did have a damaged guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I thought for sure I was going to lose that fight because of the Klavex War Leader.
I forgot.
And then you
did I have 4 resources? Yeah, I guess I did.
You had 5.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, if you'd Klavexed in that fight, you would have won the crap out of it.
Well,
so.
Yep. There's too much going on in this game. I can't handle it.
Yeah. This is like my muscle memory for this game like kicked in as soon as we started playing.
Yeah, I ain't got that.
I have initiative. I am going to play Blood Angels veteran here. I picked it because this is a great companion for the Warhammer Invasion. Because you can tell that like the stuff that's like
move any number of Chimera tokens to a target planet.
Yeah, that's good. I am going to play a White Scars Biker here. Yeah, L5R. I like every time I taught L5R, it took like it seriously took like 2 hours.
That sounds awful.
Because
I was never interested in that game. I think
your characters explode in that game, so like there's a lot of like negative inertia in that game because they were trying to the problem. One of the major problems of the original L5R was the snowball effect, where because if you lost a battle, all your guys on the losing side died. So you would only ever fight like 1 or 2 major battles in the game because everybody else died. I will pass.
I'll use Meriden.
Okay. So you can use that during the command. It's an action, so you can actually use it at any time.
Oh, anytime?
Yeah.
Maybe I should wait then.
Yeah. So you can wait to see where like warlords go and whatnot.
There you go, I'll pass.
Okay. Here, there's a tie. Nothing happens. Here, I get a resource and a card from the Void Pirate. Here, I get 2 resources and a card from the Void Pirate. Here, you get a resource and a card. And here, you get 2 resources. Taking requests. We have a pool of stuff that we're working through currently.
But yeah, I mean, if you have a suggestion,
for sure. If you have a suggestion, we do have a at this point we've got a library of other games that we've played on our YouTube that we invite you to go check out.
Okay. So here.
Yes.
Right? I'm gonna play route this guy.
Okay. You send it a mode.
Yep. So I just win.
Archon's Terror. I am going to take an action. I will drop pod assault.
Oh yeah.
So target a planet where a battle is taking place. Search the top 6 cards of my deck for a Space Marine unit with cost 3 or lower, and put that unit into play.
Call to LCG. We do not have any of the LCG. I don't think. We could probably find some of that though. I maybe tried playing it one time.
I will put him there.
All right.
Okay, so strikes. The Sentinel will strike your guy for 2.
Okay. Can I ambush this guy into play now?
You can.
And then him
for 3.
Yeah.
I will shield for 2.
Okay.
Take 1. And then I am going to.
Oh yeah, we do have Decipher Star Wars.
Drop pod assault.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got those are in the pipe. What I want to do for Decipher Star Wars is I want to play this Decipher Star Wars 1 week, and then I've got Decipher's Wars, which is the game they made that basically used the Star Wars engine but did not have the Star Wars IP. I want to do that the following week, but I got to make 2 decks for that game, and so I got to go through my stuff and make a second deck. I have 1 deck put together, but I'd have to go put together a second deck. The reason I want to do those together because they're related, well, much like we did the 40K and the Invasion.
Yeah. So. We also have Star Wars LCG. We have the Star Wars trading card game, I think it was called. The one.
Yeah,
Wizards.
The Wizards of the Coast one.
Yeah.
6. I'll put the White Scars Bikers into play here.
Okay.
They will attack the Clavex War Leader for 2.
So can I then send my...
You can then send your Chimera in.
Seems good. All. There's a guy for 2.
He'll take 2.
2 more.
He's dead.
Oh, that guy for 2.
He's also dead.
Okay.
Yep. You win the planet.
So I get to look at the top 3 cards, add one in my hand. Alright. Yeah, you're right. Seems good. And these guys go home.
Yeah. I mean, I have no idea what makes a good deck in that game either. I probably played Wars a total of... It was less than 10 times. This is the first planet now. So I win...
do this by fire.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Ragnar wins. Each player puts a unit into play from their hand at their HQ. So I'm going to put the Honored Librarian into play.
Oh, each player. Okay.
Yeah, so you can put somebody in as well.
So this Incubus Warrior.
Okay.
Play.
All right, here.
I'll hit you for 2.
I will shield for 1 of it. I will shoot your Warlord for 4.
For 4? Oh god. I guess I'll shield 1. Then go home.
Can it interest your Warlord in backing off?
Yeah.
So move a non-Warlord unit you control from to a planet of my choice. So I'm going to put an Honored Librarian onto this planet. Okay. Next turn. Draw 4 resources and draw 2.
Get this.
Yeah, you've got the initiative.
Plays Inquisitor dude. Make you discard down to 4.
Okay. I will discard 1. Two, 3, and 4. I will pass.
Pass.
Okay. Planet.
So if I go to 1, I just die. That's the thing.
You get bloodied. You go, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I get effed up. But, like, I guess I can't let you win the game. So. Sure.
So you can actually action your Chimera to that planet now.
Oh, so like I could send them there now?
Yeah, so that way they're not tapped.
Yeah, okay.
They're ready.
But like this, and then this one would come in readied as well. Okay. These guys come in.
Yeah, I'm going to 1. Okay, 2 damage to something. So you get the first reaction. You get a Chimera. Did you already put it there? Okay. I will deal 2 damage to Kith. May as well get her out of there.
Oh, she needs to go away?
Yep, she's bloodied and she goes home. Chimera Din was dumb. Like, Chimera Din was like the secret to Kith's power. Okay, so here, I've got a Void Pirate, so that is 1 resource and 1 card. Here, I get 2 resources and a card. And here, I get a resource and a card. Okay. Let's move this over here since it's essentially irrelevant. Here, I am going to drop pod assault. So I get to look. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking for. You thought you were losing before.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait.
What does it do? Area effect 1?
Area effect 1.
All right,
yes.
we're done here.
He sprays down your whole squad. So he does area effect units when they attack. They do 1 damage. They do the number to everything that's out of planet.
All right.
So yeah,
this hell's over.
I know. I know. I just beat on Justin for 2.5 hours.
I don't know how Nathan feels after he plays Keyforge now.
Yeah, I played so much of this game. God, I played so much of this game. Yeah, it was. I did a lot of road warrioring for this game, probably.
Yeah. Easily the least amount of fun I've ever had.
This game was great.
There are some neat things that happen in the game.
Yeah,
there are things to like about it.
I think there is a skill gap in this game.
Yeah,
because I remember like teaching people this game, the Cobra Kai way, where it was just like kick them in the teeth.
Yeah, I would need a lot more time to play to get this hang of this game.
The initial like when the flop comes down and you're looking at these 5 planets, like you have to formulate a game plan in that moment of like when people can win. Oh man, I love it. I love it so much, and it's different every time.
Yeah.
Like that first game, it was like a blitz. That game was kind of close to a blitz too.
Mm-hmm.
But the second game was one where there was like the initial win, and then we managed to drag the game out further than that. So yeah, to me, I think this is like the Warhammer Invasion game perfected. Because you still have your leader, like you get to start with an iconic person. The problem with
like that.
Invasion
is you just had a faction.
The iconic people were like very difficult to put into play because they were expensive. You didn't start with them.
I really like that they come with their like packs of cards. That's like Marvel Champions. Marvel Champions got that directly from this.
Because you could swap out Ragnar for Kato, which was the other Space Marine war leader, or in the Shadow Sun Anshi thing, right? You just swapped them out, and Shadow Sun was using her ability completely different than the way Anshi used it. So
I still just got completely destroyed on resources. Game.
That's the game. The game is very much about the long game. Yeah. And that's something that comes with practice, I'd say, in this game, was like knowing where to put stuff. Like you want to put your guys. I liked putting rogue traders in places that had cards on them, because then you got resources and cards.
Right.
You were trying to like diversify so that you got like an equal amount of both. And the Caius Roth, for instance, that's an example of why he was good as like a one of in your deck. Because you made me discard like 4 cards. I ended up discarding like 2 shield cards as well. So in a closer game, you making me discard a bunch of cards, where if you had just if you were slightly closer to me and cards and whatnot, then you would have been in a lot better shape. So
it does seem like deck building for this game can be pretty difficult too.
You got to make a lot of hard choices. The planet's battle abilities, something I don't think you focused enough on either, because these they seem like small advantages, but they can really shift the game. Which is why I liked to try to put my guys on places that had less effectual abilities, to try to force your opponent to put their guys on places that had good abilities. Like for instance, this one, like this is a great place to not put anybody there, because if they send your warlord to assassinate your camper, then you also get to rout one of their other campers. So yeah, there's a lot of vectors of attack, and this planet is really good if you're playing Eldar, because it lets you route somebody that you can doom. and the one that copies, like I feel like this is like the best planet in the game.
Oh yeah.
Because it's every
planet.
effect.
Yeah.
It's all of the effects. So you just like I prioritize fighting for this planet a lot of times just so that I can get a random effect in there. So yeah. Like I said, it felt like just getting back on that bike and riding it again when I started playing this. I was like, oh man, it felt comfortable. So
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you had fun.
I feel like this is something that's worth revisiting with better decks. If you got to put in the reps. Though.
If you want to find someone else to join me for that, then that'd be great.
I wish we weren't in unprecedented times because I would love to get John. John and I those games got sweaty. Those games were like, it was like two kung fu masters.
I mean, we had similar games in Star Wars LCG, and that's yes. Got to be as complicated as this.
Yeah, I
don't know that I maybe could pick that up the same way, but I wouldn't be completely lost the whole time.
Right,
Star Wars LCG,
because there's a lot. There like the actual fights themselves. I feel like there's more actual strategy in leading up to fights and where you pick your fights than there is in the actual fights themselves. Because typically the fights that end up being basically deterministic, depending on how many shields are in your hand.
Right.
So you really need like a handful of. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Conquest had a way to snowball. There were that was like my minor complaint with this game, but I played a lot of games that were very close. And you didn't know who was gonna win the game, and it came down to like the final planet.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
that's that.
That is that. Thanks for watching, guys.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for watching Nathan have a lot of fun.
Well, I had so much fun.
It doesn't happen that often, so it's fine. We'll be back Sunday with more May Misfits.
Yep. Next week, we don't know what we're doing next week.
No Conquest rematch, no.
I would, if we're going to do Star Wars card games, I want to do the Star Wars card games all in one big block.
Okay. Do you want to start with Decipher?
I think so. That's the granddaddy. That's the grandpa.
But do you want to do Wars first? Or you want to do Wars
I want to do Wars after that. Yeah. I guess we could do Wars.
I'm going to hate the Star Wars card game, aren't I?
It's... Hey, you thought this was complicated? Yes. I'm gonna let you know right now the decks that I put together. I'm not even sure if I know all the rules. Okay.
I feel like this game I felt like I never grasped what was happening at any given time. And you were just like, oh, I win this fight because I do all this stuff. It's like when you sit across the table and you go to play Magic Commander and you bought a commander pack.
Yeah, and your opponent brings in
and your opponent's like, I play Soul Ring and I play some other bullshit and I take an infinite turn. And I'm just like, I play a mountain.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So the thing was knowing the tricks that you needed to win fights. Yeah. Because fights were deterministic in this game, relatively deterministic.
I want to do the Wizard Star Wars game because it's like, I like that game. Maybe. I played it one time. I played the demo one time. Me and Nathan had a very good experience for the demo of that game at Origins in 2007 or something.
Or it was Origins. I went to the first Gen Con that I went to was like 2000.
It may have been 2005. I think I might have been in high school.
I think it was 2005. I honestly think it was 2005.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that game came out, but I have that exact demo pack. Because I have this, it's like the 2-player starter set thing.
Yeah.
And I have like a regular starter for.
That game is that game is like a lightweight departure from a lot of the other games.
Right. It's very lightweight. Yeah. So I like that about it. I think.
Yeah.
I just want to see the mechanics in because I don't really remember everything about it. I know there was dice.
It's like you roll a lot of dice,
and there's like a ground zone and an air zone.
Yeah.
Which seems interesting. It's just like all random crap.
There's 3 zones. There's like the personal zone where it's like characters fight. There's the vehicle zone where it's like ground vehicles like AT-ATs fight.
Okay.
And then there's the space zone where it's like spaceships actually fight.
We are not shying away from bad games. Bad games are part of our game Necromancy. We played some bad games already.
We played Dune. The Dune CCG.
Now, Dune had things going for it.
It was cool. It was arcane.
It was definitely arcane.
It was like opening.
We have plenty of D6s, don't worry.
It was like a Rosetta Stone.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, we can read card game language. Okay? So we had to read these other cards and then translate them to card game language that we're used to. That's like the way us playing Dune was.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Because the stuff makes sense, but the wording is all alien.
So yeah. All right. So we'll start Star Wars stuff next week then.
Okay, we can start the Star Wars.
I'll struggle through the Decipher CGG, I guess.
Okay, so let's do the order.
Do something else.
Do you want to do reverse chronological?
The LCG.
LCG?
Or Star Wars Destiny? Did you say Star Wars Destiny? Is that not dead yet? It technically is dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think we need to play Destiny on it.
Yeah. Destiny, I mean,
there's content for that out now.
Right, yeah.
But we can do LCG
Destiny
first.
was created in the age of content, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
And the LCG, you had people, you had podcasts and stuff like that.
There wasn't really live play for that, though.
No, there was not. So I think we start with the LCG.
Okay.
And move backwards to the Wizards card game.
Okay.
Then we do Star Wars.
Okay.
Then Wars. Decipher, and then we do Wars.
All right. It's Star Wars month.
So there you go.
Yeah. That should be cool.
That'll be the schedule.
I might still have my last 2 LCG decks built.
I think all my LCG stuff is at my parents' house.
We might not need it if we can make 4 decks.
I think I can make a trip this weekend.
Okay.
And get there through
get some stuff. Okay.
So and I think I have all my war stuff. I'll double check to make sure. I know I have the deck. The deck that I put together, the Martians. Martians with their giant anime robots.
So we probably only will be able to put together 2 Wars decks, right?
I could put yeah. I was working on an Earth deck. Now you could play multiple factions in that game. Interestingly enough, and I'll save the mechanics for when we actually get to that game. It is reminiscent of the Star Wars card game. So,
okay. Well, I'm excited for that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Appreciate everybody stopping by.
And we'll see you on Sunday. And then on Monday night for Lord of the Rings LCG. More fun times with that.
We gotta pick up where we left off.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
But bearing
Aragorn is dead. Send him out.
The king is dead.
Send him down the river. All right, goodbye.